guys in my 7th FPS Unity3d tutorial on YouTube, and in this tutorial we'll be doing some changes. We'll be randomizing the muzzle flash so it won't be the same every time we shoot, and we'll also make a zombie. Yeah, we'll make a zombie. So yeah, let's start. First, I can show you how it will look when we finish the muzzle flash. It will look like this, as you can see. And yeah, let's start. First, go to your cube or your G3 model and go down to planes where you have your muzzle flash. I'll delete these planes, there's other planes now. Just delete it and leave just the current one. Set it to active so we can see it. And now let's just make a few copies of this one here. As you can see, here's our animation. We'll be changing the animation. So first, duplicate. We'll make 5 of them. So duplicate it. Okay. So first one will be like positions like this. The second one will be rotated like this. You can rotate it whatever you want, but I'll rotate it like this, and this one will be rotated like this, and this one like this. So now I'll select all of them and just set it inactive. Now go to your animation. We'll be changing all of the animations. Go to animation of the plane, the window animation. And if we check animation, just you have a plane going on here, and on the 0.0 seconds the plane is set to active. We'll just do that. Look, I just show you that. Go to your if you don't have a component added, just go to light, add a component light. If you type lighting and set it to inactive, just mess around with the settings till you get the perfect light on your muzzle flash game object plane or whatever you want. And then go to animation. You already have the animation done. If your animation is not exactly the same as mine, mine animation is so at the 0.0 seconds light is enabled, and mesh render is also enabled, mesh render of our plane. But on the 0.05 seconds the light and the mesh render is disabled. To do that, if I delete this, add a curve, light, enabled, add a curve, mesh render, enabled, and just drag your second keyframe to 0.05 seconds. Here set it to disable all, and here enable all of those two. Okay, so do that for every single plane of yours. And now we have 5 planes that are all inactive or are set to inactive. And now we want to go to our game object to have our ammo script. And as you can see here, if we go to our ammo script FPS, where it is ammo. We'll wait a bit for it to start. More develop to start. Quite a bit, because I just started Unity. come on. Okay, go. Please, okay. So what I added here is I added a variable buttons. We can change that. I don't like buttons. I'll change it to variable planes. Better. Okay. Variable planes, and we have our game object. That means that there will be a list of game objects, few game objects, and that's a private variable random number. That's here it will randomize numbers from how many planes we have, and if you go down on the function start, all the number will be set to 0, and on the every single game object from number 0 to how many game objects we'll have will be set to false. And now in the function fire we have random number and random range. Thus, if you take a look at this, when we'll hit when the projector will be fired, it will randomly spawn one of our numbers, and if the number will be 0, the element 0, or plane 0, will be set to active, and yeah, it will be set to active, and every other game object will be set to an active, and it will spawn numbers from 0 to how many objects we have. If we have 5 game objects, it will spawn numbers from 0 to 4, because we include 0 with it. So that's basically it. I'll just change that to planes. You won't have to do anything, because I'll include the updated script. I have planes or plane? Oh, planes. Planes. Okay. That's true, but planes too. How did I even do that? Okay, so now that's it. If we close the script, save it close, because I just updated it a bit, and if we go to our game object wheel, it will say here planes, not buttons. What the fuck? Now it blocked. Okay, now it says planes, and we'll set that size to how many planes we have. We'll set it to 5, because we have 5 planes, and if we hit enter, as you can see, we have 5 elements from 0 to 4. Just put these elements in. I'll put the first plane as the element, oh my god, as the element 0, the second one as the element 1, the third one as the element 2, the fourth as element 3, and the fifth as the element 4. That's it. There's nothing we have to do now. And if we play, you'll see every single plane is set to inactive, and if we have one of the planes, just mess around a bit with the plane size, so you'll get a perfect muzzle flash, because I'm doing just here just the basics of muzzle flash and that. So yeah, now if we yeah, another thing we can do is here, if you go to game object, we'll create another empty game object and we'll set it to 0.5. Oh, I hate you. Okay, and add a component GUI texture. So we'll add a crosshair, and we download. Go to Google and download a PNG crosshair. Write in Google and download it from Google, and just drag it in on your GUI texture. And if you go to game, as you can see, it's a bit large, so we have to scale that. We'll just set the width to, I don't know, minus 1000. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Height to like this, and we'll add another 0 here. No, overreacting. We'll just add it 2 here. Wow, okay. My god. I think that's the perfect one. Okay. And if we just mess around with the settings so you can get the perfect crosshair, because our layer isn't set to gun, it will be visible before crosshair, so that's better. And if we play, we have our crosshair here. And now the most important part of this video tutorial is our zombie. So I won't show you how to make a zombie. This is a model downloaded from Maya site, and I will be including the link to the model in the description, but I'll be including the whole prefab I made for the zombie and in the description. And it's a it's a zombie that you just drag the zombie in and we'll set it up here. So if we go to, when you drag it in, it will look kind of like this, and you'll have an enemy script and nav agent here and all kinds of stuff here. So first you want to make is to build a path that our enemy will avoid. So to do that, just select every single object that you want your enemy to avoid, and I already have this selected. Just select it by pressing Ctrl and clicking to game objects. Now if we go to our inspector, you can see that all my game objects are set to static. You have to set every single game object that is that you want your enemy to walk past to static. And when you do that, go to Window. You also want to select your terrain. Make sure that your terrain is selected in every single game object. Now go to Window and go to Navigation. As you can see, this is the walkable area. All the blue parts of the terrain and these game objects are the walkable ones. So if you want to do that, just go to your game, go to Navigation and select this game object and click the bake. I won't bake it now because my game objects are already baked. And when your objects are baked, of course, if you have a really big terrain, make sure the radius is larger. I have it to 0.5 because my terrain isn't that big, even if it looks big. So yeah, that's it. And now if you go to our zombie, he has a nav Neisha engine. This all will be included. Just mess around a bit with the settings, with the speed, acceleration, angular speed. The 10,000 here is okay. So height is okay. You can, if the stopping distance isn't right, so that's the distance when our enemy will stop before it will hit the player, and that's just it. You only have to select your first-person controller as a target for our rotate script, so our enemy will rotate towards the player even if he's not pointed towards the player, and you have to select your first-person controller as an enemy target right here. So zombie animator is a animator that I done here. It's basically just, you don't need that. It's basically just an animator that controls enemy movement, so don't mess around with that. I will explain that in following tutorials. This is just a prefab that you can use for your zombie game. And if we play that game, I also have a capsule collider that is tagged as trigger, so when our enemy will be close to our player, it will play the attacking animation. And I also have here a script, enemy health, that I'll be including in the description. Just add your include the zombie ragdoll I made here, dying, it says it's his name, and just drag it onto the effect. It's basically just a ragdoll. You'll see. Just so if I play the scene, so we already have everything set up, and as you can see, our zombie is walking towards us. If I stay and he attacks us, as you can see, he'll attack us. It's just working real bad here because I am recording, but otherwise it works pretty well. If I he kind of collapse, as you can see. And that's actually pretty good. I don't have any damage script to it, so it will kill a player or something. It will just follow you around and play the animation that will look like he's attacking you. And we'll cover the damage script in the following tutorials. If your enemy script isn't set up correctly, just target, as I said, is a first-person controller, drag it in, and the zombie animator, just drag your animator, click on animator and drag it onto the anime here. So I'll be explaining all the scripts in the following tutorials. So the rotate script is just a strand, is how fast he will rotate towards you. Just you can mess around with this if it's not fitting you. Here is a zombie attack and also drag animator on it. Yeah, that's the zombie model isn't mine, but everything else is mine, except the animations, of course. And yeah, you can download I will be including the link of the prefab of the whole zombie that's following you, and also the whole also the model. If you are wondering how to do a read the ragdoll and you don't know that, I'll be showing you this in the following tutorial series. It was actually pretty hard to make a ragdoll out of this because it's not in the T position, as you can see, but in the end I succeeded actually. And yeah, that's probably it for this tutorial. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and if you want more, share and support me, please. And yes, of course, if I walk out of the collider, he won't attack me. He won't play the yeah, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, bye.